Hey, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. This is episode 107, 107. And I am your host, Christopher Norwood.
And I'm your host, Robert Melton.
How are you? How's 31 treating you?
Not too bad. Currently 1 day in, and I gotta say, I still feel the same, which is good.
That is good. Yeah, I guess we should have done it last week because that would have been the episode closest to your birthday. But we will be partially treating this episode as the Robert birthday episode.
Yeah,
He's got some gifts.
I do. I got some gifts to open from you.
I feel like it's really quiet.
Isn't it usually?
Yeah, I don't know. Something just feels different. Maybe I'm just like used to hearing the TV downstairs at least a little or something. I don't know. Something just feels different. But yes, no,
Fair
it is
enough.
usually particularly quiet. Do I sound weird? Do I sound different?
No.
Hmm.
Sound fine to me.
Oh my gosh. 30's doing something to me. Doing something to my ears.
I think so. On the verge. Next to turn 31.
Yep, I've got just over 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months and 2 days.
3/4 of the way there.
But life's good. Things are going good for you.
Life's good. Life's treating me well.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't complain.
Last night we attended a concert, seen Real Friends, Can't Swim, a couple other bands. Went
Yep.
to a dive bar afterwards. Had a good time.
Yeah, it was Carly, Cosgrove, and Slowjoy.
Slow Joy. That's right.
Hit the iCarly theme real quick. I know you see catch me and feel so wonderful.
Nice.
Live life, breathe air.
I know somehow we're gonna get there.
Oh, that's crazy.
Some things just never leave your mind.
It is kind of a banger, though.
It is. They didn't play that last night,
Unfortunately,
which
yeah,
is missed opportunity, but
yeah,
all
kind of
right.
crazy.
That would have been an incredible intro.
Dude, honestly, yeah.
Like just playing that as they're
Mhm.
like on stage getting like everything set up. And that would have been awesome.
Yeah, so we went and seen that band, then we hit up a bar afterwards, and just kind of hung out.
Hell yeah. Hung out in Wonderland.
Yeah, literally. Bar named Wonderland.
Interesting place.
Yeah. But it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah. I guess we can go ahead and hit the intro. And I don't know if you want to do your gifts first. You want to do them last. It's
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah.
This is your episode. I'm hosting
Okay.
it, but this is your episode.
I'll take it. I'll take 107.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
That's all you get. 107. The rest are mine.
Yeah,
Hardcore
I
Podcast.
think that's fair.
Episode 107.
106 episodes. Devoted to you.
Yeah, I get the rest. You can have your birthday episodes. I'm greedy.
All right, so I guess we should get to opening these, right?
Yeah, say we
All
go
right,
ahead.
which one should I open first? I got 2 gifts here.
Mine is the bottom, the bigger one,
Okay.
and Elaine's is obviously the other one. I say go ahead and open Elaine's first.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Got some cute little ribbons on here, done up real nicely with the wrapping.
Mm-hmm. She wrapped both of those.
Oh, really? Oh,
Mhm.
couldn't tell because you're also a very good rapper.
Yeah, I
Spit
do
some
pretty
shit.
good. Huh?
Spit some shit.
I do pretty good at wrapping paper. But also, my work involves making paper.
Uh-huh.
You didn't think that I could wrap paper with paper?
Yo, this
Well,
is
I
sick.
just did it.
Hell yeah. All right, so we'd actually talked about this last week because we had just recently played Boss Monster.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an expansion, and it comes in like a Game Boy Advance case.
That is sick. I knew what she was getting you, but like I hadn't seen like the artwork of it.
Oh, this is dope. Oh, so you haven't even seen this?
I have not.
Oh, yeah, it's sick.
Does it have a certain like theme to it?
Vault of Villains.
Vault of Villains. Okay.
64 new cards, including new mini bosses. That's dope.
Ooh, mini bosses.
Yeah.
I wonder if that adds another element to the game.
That's what I'm thinking, because you are the boss in the game.
Right.
The heroes are trying to kill you.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, we love
I would
that.
assume so.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
More hours of fun. Unlimited.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elaine.
We love a gift that you can just like continuously use.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Alrighty. On to Christopher's gift.
Yeah, I'm pretty hype on this. I think it's pretty sick.
All right. Got some twine here. Did you do the twine or?
No, that was all. It was all her.
No, that's her handwriting too, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You know, I have the shittiest handwriting. Everybody I know has way better handwriting than I do.
Yeah, I don't know if I told this story before, but like I think I have particularly good handwriting, especially for a guy.
Oh.
Yep, end of story. No, but like
What a great story.
growing up, my mom would make me like rewrite stuff if it wasn't
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
see,
she made sure I had like really good handwriting.
I think mine's definitely just diminished over the years.
Right.
But like in school, it was like a lot better, obviously.
We were writing a lot more.
Yeah. But at some point, I would like, my letters just got smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that comes like not a lot of room to write. And I don't know why my text just kept getting smaller, but now it just looks like shit. And if it were to be big again, it would still look like shit.
We need to get this man those kindergarten pencils. Like the fucking giant ones.
Yeah.
Where you have like 3 lines to write your letters.
Yeah, and you have to write between like a section of 3 crossed lines, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And you have to connect them to the top and bottom.
Yeah. Like the H, like the U form has to like touch that middle line and stuff.
I'll be honest, my cursive probably looks much better than my regular handwriting.
Can you, I don't know if fluent's the right word, but like fluently write cursive? Or is it just like I can just write my signature? Like I lost a lot of cursive.
I definitely lost a lot. There's probably be some letters that I'd struggle with. Probably like a Z or a G, shit like that.
Yeah.
Capital anyway. Like lowercases, I could probably do all that. Like some of the like uppercase letters, I would probably struggle with. I'd have to see them again to really remember.
Mm-hmm. I was just curious.
But yeah.
Kind of one of those random things that just fell off.
They don't even teach it anymore.
Yeah, in school. And then it just kind of, just fell off.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Kind of useless anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Here we go. I kind of feel what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a frame of some sort.
Right.
It seems.
Yes.
Unless my eyes deceive me. And my fingies.
I'm throwing you for a loop.
I wonder if it's a puzzle.
Can I get a football?
Can I get a new GPU? All right. Let's see here what it is. Oh, sick. What the fuck? Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a flash sheet.
I especially love the Sora.
I thought you would.
So this is a tattoo flash sheet of Kingdom Hearts characters. And if you could see, the Sora's kind of a baddie.
Oh, man.
Hopefully he's not underage
He's
in this
got
image.
a half-naked little kid, little boy.
This is dope.
That's going to be hanging on his wall.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The cool thing about this is it's actually a flesh sheet. That's human flesh.
Yeah. I love that. It does have like the skin pigment though on the back
Yeah.
or in the image. No, this was dope. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was different.
Yeah.
And I think the guy that does that, he has an Etsy account. I think it's probably on there.
Yeah.
Rob Morrow.
Yeah, Rob 2 Morrow.
But he does a lot of like nerdy and like pop culture, like tattoo flash sheets.
That's dope.
Yeah, no, he's got a ton of them. And like he has some Pokemon ones, but I was like, you know what, like that's like the obvious choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me do something like a little different.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my god, I love that Keyblade in particular, and the Donald.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, like a Goofy would have been sick.
Yeah, it looks
Like I would
they
have
just
took
didn't
out
fit
like
enough.
either that other
The,
sword. That guy, I mean, he looks cool, but like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he is kind
cool.
of random. But I would have took out like the Riku for Goofy.
Yeah.
What is that other sword?
This one?
Is
I
that Riku's sword?
I think it might be Riku's sword, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could definitely be wrong.
Yeah, I think he did have a sword that had some type of like wing like that on it.
Yeah, because at some point, Riku turns evil. And I think that might be
Freaking
what he'd used.
one of the OG emo boys right there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, freaking, it's given Sasuke.
Yeah. Well,
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
31 feels good.
What all did your girlfriend get you?
So Ashley got, I think there was something she had mentioned like a week ago that wouldn't be here in time.
Mm-hmm. So you still don't know what that is?
So there's something else that I haven't received.
Mystery.
Yeah, but she got me
Incorporated.
the shirt that I'm wearing. It's like a, I don't know if the camera will be able to see this. It's like a Rayquaza shirt, Pokemon, obviously.
Hell yeah.
My bread and butter. She also got me like 4 bags of white chocolate Reese's Christmas trees, because like the seasonal white chocolate Reese's are my favorites. She got me 4 fucking bags of them. I was like, what am I gonna do with all this?
That'll get you till next Christmas.
Probably
Like Christmas season where they come out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Genius.
she got me some like Lindor truffles, I think. Lindor truffles, like the chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She got me. Oh man, I might be missing something. She got me a poster, like a framed poster of like Goku, like on. It's very reminiscent of like Sun Wukong because he's got a staff and shit.
Mm.
It's pretty dope. And
you have
she
to send
also,
that to me. I haven't seen that.
yeah, I have to send that to you. And she also got me this really fucking sick like LED Targaryen
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did send that one to me.
mount. And
The fucking Placidusics.
yeah, dude, that thing is really well made.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I don't know. I'm definitely missing something, I feel like.
Sounds like she spoiled you this year.
Yeah. Obviously, tickets to the show. She bought that.
Mm-hmm.
She bought my drinks last night. She bought my dinner last night.
Shoot. I think she bought one of my drinks too.
She's an angel.
She is. I think she paid for like all the Wonderland drinks.
Oh, did she? Oh, yeah. I think she did. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's very nice.
Yeah. So that's what I got.
Heck yeah. Oh, I gotta say though, before the show, in my opinion, we went to a pretty mid burger joint.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm not saying they're great burgers, but they're decent burgers.
And maybe what I got wasn't like the fair, like a fair meal to then
tell them
judge.
what you got first.
I mean, I got a grilled cheese burger.
Exactly.
Like, I guess you could say, oh, well, it's not actually a burger. But like, when you hear that, that should be fucking delicious. A grilled
Cheese, bread, and guess what? A patty. You know what that looks like?
A burger.
A burger.
As a burger.
Yeah.
Right? But it was what you would imagine. It's a patty with an unseasoned patty that's 1.5 inches thick.
Unseasoned is kind of crazy. I don't know who the fuck was cooking.
Like, maybe like salt and pepper or something, but I wasn't getting much out of it. In between 2 pieces of cheese, and then that in between 2, pretty thick pieces of toast. How you would imagine that would taste.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, the fries were good. I was surprised that you didn't, because I was, like, I've never really been a big burger guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when, like, she had picked it, I was telling Elaine, I was like, yeah, like, Robert really likes burgers and stuff. And you
Yeah.
didn't even get a burger.
Well, I would have, but we had I'd gotten home from work, and I'd got home like maybe around 3-ish, and we had Ashley had ordered from an Indian joint, so we had butter chicken. So I had that, and it was like 2 hours later, and I wasn't that hungry, so we just shared some like chicken tendies and fries.
They look good.
They were good.
They look really good. And I don't know if I had already said the place, but this is Station 2
Station
that
2.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So wasn't the biggest fan. I'll give you one more chance. I don't know when it will be, but if we happen to, be going to a show and we're eating there again, I'll give you one more chance.
You got to get
And
the
I'll get a
Elvis
burger.
burger.
I'll get the Elvis burger. I'll let you decide. Is that the one? Like if I could have one burger?
Do you know what Elvis burger is?
I don't.
It's like peanut butter burger.
Do they have that? They
Yeah.
really have that?
Yeah, that was like his staple. I can't exactly remember. I think it might have been like peanut butter banana burger or something.
Oh, damn.
What is the Elvis burger? All right, so juicy burger with creamy peanut butter, crispy bacon, and caramelized banana.
It's very unique.
I had it.
When I hear that, I don't think like, ugh, that's fucking gross. Like, I'd try it.
Yeah, I've had it
I would
before. I
definitely
thought it was great, but
Yeah.
I'm also big peanut butter guy.
Boy, good guy and a peanut butter guy.
Yeah,
I like peanut butter.
and bacon
I like
and
crunchy-
banana.
I mean,
All of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. I like crunchy peanut butter though.
Well,
Yeah.
Put some nut in there.
You know, some type of joke was coming with me saying that. I'll even go extra crunchy. I prefer Jif.
Mm.
I don't really trust,
Peter
people who
Pan.
prefer Peter Pan. I just don't. Yeah, every time I open a jar of Peter Pan, it's just like all that oil,
Mm.
and I've never had that issue.
Have you
Jif.
ever had like organic peanut butter? It's a lot of oil in
It's
organic
a lot.
peanut
It
butter.
is. It is. I know that you pretty much like have to like
Yeah, every time
mix up.
it separates.
But
Nice. So
yeah, I'll try the Elvis burger next time. Station 2. You got one more chance.
one more chance.
One more chance. I mean, cool vibes though. It was like a game night.
Mm-hmm.
They had like a Wii setup that was like emulating GameCube games. They had the Switch. They had the Nintendo 64. I love the Nintendo love. Again, cool vibes, cool looking like building,
Mm-hmm.
but come on, you got to figure out that patty situation
Yeah, we need to find who cooked that burger.
and get some justice. Justice will be served with seasoning.
Oh,
But yeah, all that to say, good time. Good time.
hell
I'm
yeah.
glad that I could have been there to celebrate you.
Thank you.
My buddy. My co-host.
It's true. Thanks for
This
coming.
is his episode. I'm blowing smoke up his ass. Episode 107.
Oh, my gaping
108,
hole.
I'm going back to shitting on him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I see how it is.
All right. What do you want to get into? I do have some things here, but I'll let you choose.
Oh, I wanted
This
to
is your
ask.
episode.
Have you played? Okay, so last episode we had kind of ended it with Chris in a gaming slump, not knowing what to play or what to really play.
Yes.
And I kind of talked him into getting the Game Pass,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of sought after a game, and he landed upon Recore, is what it was, right?
Yeah, very random, but
like a
yeah.
Xbox One.
It was like one of the
game.
like first like Xbox One, like not Series S, Series X, like Xbox One titles.
And that game looked straight from the 360.
I know, but
Which
that
it probably was made for the 360, and now I'm thinking about it. And they're like, well, fuck. We're like at the end of the timeline here. We got to
Yeah.
like just release this for the
they're like, hey, can we bump this up to 900p? Is there any way?
Yeah. So, yeah, you played that.
Mm-hmm. And
And
I enjoyed it. I loved that it felt like a callback to.
yeah.
I mean, again, it wasn't because that's kind of when it came out, but me playing it now in 2024, it felt like a callback to like those
Simple, like Jack and
simple
Daxter
games.
types. Yeah.
Yeah, just very basic controls. The combat was cool. Again, simple, but it was fun. It was fun. Like I wasn't expecting anything deep or anything.
Yeah.
I felt like that's what I was in with my slump. Like that's what I was kind of in the mood for.
Yeah, it's an easy chill game.
Yeah. But I also played a
Yeah.
game that you had been pressuring and bullying me.
That's
into
not
play.
true at all.
But you've been telling me about it, and you've been like really just like, you know,
Just to at
begging
least
me to
give it
play.
a try.
Yeah. And that is Diablo 4.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it too much. I don't have too many hours in. I would say like 4 or 5.
Okay. So you've played it after that first session?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've only done 2 or 3 sessions.
Oh,
max.
that's not bad.
Yeah. But I get it.
Do
It's
you
very fun. Yeah.
feel like a
And-
badass?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's I love the combat.
Mm-hmm.
The combat's good.
Yeah.
I love the exploration and just always finding goodies.
Yeah.
You get a ton of that dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
Ton
That's what
of
I was
dopamine.
saying.
Yeah.
That fucking shit hits.
Yeah.
But like, you see where I'm coming from? Like, it's similar to Baldur's Gate, but also like not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's much easier to get into.
Yeah. Much easier. Not even close to the learning curve Baldur's
It's
Gate had.
not. It's there's not a ton of like. Well, I mean, there's some depth to it, but there's not a ton to like the controls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know if you've completed the like tutorial and like all the like NPC aspects, like socketing equipment and kind of all that stuff that it tries to teach you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I think I'm at a point where it's like kind of let me go and I
Yeah.
can just do what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's it teaches you in a pretty decent manner.
Yeah. It has those early hours have a really good pace to them
Yeah.
in the way that it shows you things and when it shows you things, and yeah, I think it's pretty thorough.
I thought so too.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing more. I think I'm playing very casually,
Oh yeah.
just like picking
I've
it up
been-
here and there, pick it up for an hour. I may have some sessions where I pick it up for a few hours. But
Yeah. The entire time I've been playing, it's been pretty casual too.
yeah, that's just it's fun to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 10 gold. All right. I love when you find an area. Like there have been a couple times where you find like that broken down like carriage, and someone's like, "Help me, help
Mhm.
me!" And then when you accept that quest, like there's just hundreds of enemies coming
waves.
at you. Yeah, and I'm like, "This is cool.
Yeah.
Like this feels badass."
There's a ton of them like that.
Yeah, I do like that. Just when there's like just hundreds of enemies
Yeah.
that I gotta kill.
There's some pretty unique ones too. Have you been going into like the cellars?
I don't know if I've been into a cellar, but the last time I played, I found like a random dungeon.
Okay, yeah, like the
Yeah.
little gate looking icons.
Yeah, I went through.
Those are pretty
this
long.
Random dungeon, and I think there was like a gate in there, but it was locked, and I think I had to kill all the enemies
Mm-hmm.
in there. And then once that opened, there was like a boss fight,
Yeah.
and that was really cool because it was. I think this is the right boss, but like this enemy like fell down from above, so you had to like roll out of the way,
Yeah.
and like a lot of his attacks were like that. You just had to like roll out of the way, and I don't know, like it felt cool. It felt pretty interactive
Yeah.
versus just like let me click on him a bunch,
Right.
and let me use this skill, waiting for it to reload, waiting for it to reload. Let me use
Yeah.
this skill again. Like there was more to it. So yeah, there's like a little learning curve, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's fun.
Pretty much.
I've been sleeping on Diablo.
Same.
All that to say, I've been sleeping on Diablo.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how fun it was. Yeah, every time you go into one of those dungeons, you could pretty much guarantee that you're gonna come out with a full inventory of loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a ton of stuff. And then, I mean, sometimes you got to go through your loot, and it's like, all right, I need to drop some shit
Mm-hmm.
because there's, I'm halfway through, and let me drop the cheap shit.
Yeah.
The stuff that I'm not going to equip for
Yeah.
better stuff. So, yeah, we like that.
Yeah. I love a good fucking loot 'em and scoot 'em.
Loot 'em and scoot 'em. Diablo, loot 'em and scoot 'em. What kind of game is that? Loot 'em and scoot 'em.
Yep.
Loot and
Exactly.
scoot. Loot, scoot, and boogie.
Loot, scoot, and boogie. Yeah, I finally got to the end. At least that's what I presume, because I've killed the big baddie. I guess I've fought her, and I think she's dead.
Like, is she like the big villain, or is she like a baddie? You think she's? Are you saying like she's a baddie?
Oh, both.
Oh, both.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
You've seen her, right?
I have.
Lilith.
Yeah. I mean, that opening like intro cinematic
Mm-hmm.
was sick, but like the end of that, where you like see her, but like her wings, it's like that flesh like stretched
Oh,
out.
yeah.
I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
this
shit's
is like
brutal.
menacing, but like kind of hot.
She reminds me of do you remember in Baldur's Gate 3 that like murder chick?
Murder chick.
Yeah, she had like she worked like alongside the like Dark Urge.
Oh,
And she was trying to be the Dark Urge, I think, or
Yes.
something like that.
Oh, yeah. But
She
like
had like the
her
red and white.
skin- Yeah.
Reminds me of her kind of.
Because one of our last sessions in Baldur's Gate was you fighting her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
think once you beat her, that's when
when
you
you
were
get the-
able to like summon that one form.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got that like, ooh, demonic, creepy, kind of sexy.
Pretty much.
To her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious as to see how much time I've actually got on that game, because I've been kind of just chilling, doing my own thing, doing side quests here and there, and then just doing the story whenever. And I gotta say, the story is definitely pretty short. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that long. You could probably get through that story in like a few hours
Oh, wow.
if I were to like just go through just the story.
Just solely the story.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you done all the side
But
quests?
I'm assuming I'm at the end of the story, so I could definitely be wrong.
Right.
No, I haven't done all the side quests.
Well, isn't
It's pretty meaty.
Does the newest DLC come with Game Pass? Wasn't there like a DLC that dropped this year?
Yes, that wasn't that long ago.
Vessel of Hatred or something like that?
Yeah. I don't think it comes with Game Pass because I don't have access to it, or at least I don't know. I don't even know what all it gives or what's in the expansion or whatever.
And like, what is the seasons?
Yeah.
Like, what is
I think
that
it's
all
just
about?
cosmetic shit.
Just
I
cosmetics?
think so.
Because I thought, just based off like things I've heard when I've heard people talk about it, I thought like I've heard them say something along the lines of like new season, like you almost like start all over or something.
Yeah, I've heard that
Some
too,
shit like that.
in some capacity.
I don't know if that's like a particular mode they're referencing. I
Yeah.
have no clue. I just want to play it for like the story.
Yeah.
Just let me do the story. Maybe we'll play some sessions together, but that's all I want.
Yeah, I don't know anything aside from like the base level of Diablo,
Right.
because I know that after you do the story, there's a shit ton of other stuff you can do, which I have no idea what it even is.
Yeah.
You know. So I guess I'll learn.
Find out. Yeah.
Because I looked up a YouTube video after like my last session. I was like, what do you do after like level 60 and all this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And it was going over a bunch of shit that I had literal no idea about. But I guess after you go through the story, there's like another like, I guess kind of tutorial type stuff where it just kind of walks you through all the things you can do. So
Mm-hmm.
I have that to look forward to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, since you've put a, I mean, if you were to guess how many hours you think you got in it.
That's a good question. I'd say under 20.
Under 20?
I think so.
Oh, wow. I would have thought like 30-ish.
It could definitely be. I just have absolutely no idea.
But from like 15 to 25, that's probably fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
and beating the main story or thinking that you've beat the main story. What do you give it? What do you score it? I think you've played enough to where you can give it a fair score.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 8. Solid
yeah.
8.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, just based off what I've played, which is barely scratching the surface, I was thinking kind of 8 first impression.
Yeah.
Was a solid 8.
Yeah, I'm sure it could probably win me over on some other aspects. The deeper I dive, but we'll see.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah. I agree.
but
solid,
still,
solid 8.
fuck Blizzard,
Yeah.
but decent game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love when a game like that, even if it's not the deepest, I love when like you could tell there's a lot what am I trying to say here? There's a lot of attention to detail with like, the voice acting's really good.
Oh yeah.
Like again, that first cinematic it hits you with really good.
Dude, there was a cinematic I seen, like towards with the spot I'm at now. That was fucking sick.
Yeah.
It was so dope.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But like so far, the writing seems really good.
Mm-hmm.
But just the more like finer details when they're kind of like fleshed out and like meticulously done, like I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as it should be, because it's Blizzard and they got the shmoney.
It's true.
Diablo's a huge franchise, huge name.
We must find
huge
Lilith.
big name. So yeah, I appreciate that. I do like. Very nice.
Me like. Very
Game
nice.
Pass. Game Pass. I'm an Xbox man.
We're Xbox folks now. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck Sony.
Oh man. Good segue. Speaking of Nintendo and Sony, I do have some things to talk about.
Ooh.
We'll start off with Nintendo and Pokemon, really. But real quick, I did see, and you've probably seen this too, but Shiny Rayquaza appears in a Terra Raid Battle event starting Thursday, December 19th of this year, 2024. We still got some time. Pretty much a month away, but that's still cool. Shiny Rayquaza. And again, appears in a Terra Raid Battle event starting Thursday, December 19th of this year and ends Sunday, January 5th of 2025. Pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
And I did see that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet became the best-selling domestic Pokemon game at 8.3 million sales, dethroning the 26-year streak that Pokemon Red and Green held.
Really?
Yeah. So again, that's domestic sales.
Yeah.
But a global sales list was recently compiled, and I think this was a couple months ago. That was compiled, and Red, Green, and Blue still sit at the top with 31.3 million sales, followed by Sword and Shield at 26, and Scarlet and Violet at 24.
Damn, dude, fucking.
That's insane, right?
Red, Blue, and Green, fucking. They sold a shit ton of copies.
Yeah, that's just how, I guess, just like important and how new that game was.
Yeah.
Like
how innovative
fresh,
and
innovative.
Shit.
Yeah, a game like that was back in the day.
Damn, that's nuts. That we haven't even hit that mark again yet.
That is pretty nuts.
Especially with the amount of like gamers there are now. There's way more gamers nowadays.
I wonder if that includes like obviously I don't think it includes like Fire Red, Leaf Green. But
no, I don't
like
think
they've had where you can play like Pokemon Red and Blue like on the
digitally.
Switch. Yeah, digitally.
Yeah, I wonder if that includes
on the
digital
3DS.
sales. Because that could definitely be inflated like that.
Yeah.
Because people are always gonna like rebuy it on the newest system for a few bucks if it's possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still impressive, but I can see those numbers as well, maybe going towards it.
Yeah.
And as far as Sony, so that was the Nintendo news. But I did see, and this is pretty interesting. I had to like look into it to really see what this was all about. But there's a rumor that Sony's in the works to acquire the Katakawa company, which is the parent company of Fromsoftware. In particular,
Yeah.
but also more game developing companies, as well as many anime studios and book, light novel, and manga publications. They are a massive entertainment company consisting of 60 companies and act as a platform for creativity.
Interesting. Yeah, I did see like the headline for this, but that would be kind of nuts.
That would be. I think it'd be a pretty interesting acquisition, as this company is full of great IPs and many, many resources.
True.
Yeah, because obviously we see Sony like movies and stuff, but like I don't know if they get into like books and like manga and anime all that much. So that would just open up so many more doors.
Yeah, that's true. I would be kind of concerned with just the like Sony exclusives, because then that stuff wouldn't be coming to PC for like years,
Right.
which would
Yeah.
suck. But it would. You already know that it would be a banger.
What in particular?
Just like Sony exclusives.
Oh, yeah.
So that, I mean, both that title, what the fuck am I trying to say?
FromSoft?
Yeah, FromSoft, the brand. Sorry, not
Yeah.
the title. That brand in itself makes bangers.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Obviously, Bloodborne is like super sought after to be like made as a port and remastered and all that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody loves Sony FromSoft.
But like all those, again, resources just helping to create like IPs and stuff.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And have like pretty much sole access to all like the funds and the money that it acquires.
Yeah, that would be insane.
But after, like doing some more research into the Katakawa company, I was like, oh, wow, like this is pretty interesting. I guess like good news. I don't even know if it's good or bad, neutral. I don't really see anything bad about it. I think some people have stated worrying about like the monopoly over that industry that they would then have, but I'm pretty ignorant to all that stuff, so I don't really know the negatives to all of it.
Interesting.
I mean, Sony already gets so much of my money anyway.
Yeah, I know.
So like they're going to continue to get it. I don't know.
That's so true.
I guess still in Sony news, this is kind of random, but I thought it was interesting. I did see the Callisto Protocol is now PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced with a 4K 60 FPS ray traced mode, which sounds sick, as well as an 8K 30 FPS mode. And I just seen like what 8K is, and it just looks funny to see. But 8K is 4320p. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
But
obviously it's not native. It's just upscaled.
Yeah. But that got me thinking. I was thinking about TVs, and I was like, what? Let me like check Best Buy. Like, what can I even fucking buy an 8K TV for? And surprisingly, they've become more affordable. I did see, and I was like trying to really look into it to see if it was just like using 8K and then it had some like gimmick name. It seemed like it was 8K, but I did see an 8K option for $1,200, $1,200 on Best Buy, but most were in the $2,000 to $3,000 range. So I think that's probably bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
But there's only one OLED, because they always have their kind of gimmicky names, QNED, QULED. There was only one OLED, true OLED 8K option for $10,000.
Yeah, I was about to say that bitch is probably so expensive.
$10,000 at 77 inches, which would definitely be like the best, like peak way to play. But $10,000, but also 8K. What a fucking scam, dude. That's so crazy. Yeah. Like, especially when it comes to games like PC gaming.
4K it's still not even like the norm.
I don't think so. Like, we haven't got to a place where 4K is like the optimized
Yeah.
standard.
Dude, cards, like max cards, still struggle to run fucking 1440p stuff.
Dude, what is Off the Grid? The game that Colton's been playing? That's
Yeah.
what it's called, right?
Yeah.
He was telling us about it. Pretty big game. I see like a lot of clips, a lot of streamers are playing it. Colton seems to really be enjoying it. And he doesn't have the absolute best card right now, but he has a 4070 Ti,
Yeah.
which is a fucking monster,
Yeah.
a beast of a card. And he has to run it at low to get
Yeah.
60 frames.
He's got to open up his config files and change shit around just to be able to run that game.
That's insane. So again, just going off of like, that's definitely not like the optimized standard. That's just one game, but like there's so many different examples of games like that.
It's endless.
And we're fucking talking like 8K, which I think anyone can fairly say, like, if you have a big enough screen, like, yeah, you could see a difference, but it's like so subtle. And then when you're actually playing a game with motion, you're not going to notice.
Yeah.
And it's going to fucking tank your frames.
Yep.
Because it's doubled.
Yeah. Like
It's
imagine
insane, dude.
you're playing a game at native 8K. You are getting no fucking frames with modern hardware.
Yeah. The thing is, you can have a beast of a card and play a game.
God
maxed
forbid
out.
you have fucking ray tracing turned on.
But like, let's say you have a beast of a card and you're playing. Like, you've got it to where you can have ray tracing maxed out, 4K, everything on ultra, and you're right at like a consistent 60 frames. Like, you're good. Dude, you go to 8K with the same specs, it's unplayable.
Yeah.
It's fucking unplayable. It's so stupid, again, just for the subtlest difference. Like, if it was like a screenshot and that's like what they're going to advertise and market it as, like, look at these screenshot comparisons. Yeah, you can notice that because like it's like a stagnant image. That's not how you play a game. There's always motion to it.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna like see the difference. It's such a scam.
Yeah, the difference between
Crazy.
even 1080p and 4K isn't that big. And then you're getting even more minuscule with 8K from 4K.
Yeah.
Like, you're doubling the pixels, but it's so realistic at that point that you can't fucking tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
It's just
way more textures, way more size. Like, dude, imagine downloading COD and it's got 8K textures. Bro, the game's already over 300 gigs. The first update they had was, I think, 40 gigs. The update.
That's
So you're talking 4K, you're doubling.
honestly, yeah. I that's a really good point, because I feel like with our standard of like the terabytes and the amount of storage that we get, like, it's barely set up for like 4K gaming. Like, even with 4K gaming, okay, you can put maybe 8 games on a terabyte.
Yeah.
Like 8K? Like, no, I feel like that we need to be at a standard where consoles are coming out and it's like, hey, here's your 10 terabyte storage console. Like, that needs to be the standard before we start talking 8K.
I know, right?
Because like you said, like, updates are going to be 100, 200 gigs.
Yeah.
Just updates. Like, I could even see games pushing a terabyte, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, all these
that's
marketing
insane.
schemes are just like way out of their element here.
Like,
'Cause we don't even have internet speeds around the country that will like allow you to fucking update your game and be able to play on the same night. You know what I'm saying? When you have to download 40 gigs and you have a 10 megabyte download rate, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you live out in the boonies and that's all you got.
Right.
God forbid you have a cap on it.
Damn. Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, it's just nutty.
Yeah.
Like, 8K, games aside, watching like Interstellar at 4K, Interstellar at 8K, I don't even think I would notice. I don't even think I would notice the difference.
Sadly, no.
But like, they're going to keep progressing.
Yeah.
They're going to keep going higher and higher, but like, what is the point? Like,
Dude.
I look at when you go to, like, a Target or something, Best Buy, and they're showing off, like, the 4K demos, it still blows my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
see that, and I'm like, whoa, this is fucking nutty. Like, what do I need the 8K? I think we can, like, stop. I think we can stop with the resolution, you know? Like, let's work on, like, just standardizing it and optimizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe we can, like, talk 8K in, like, another 10 years because it's going to take forever for
I
that.
know.
But yeah,
That's the thing. People just buy that shit up. They're like, oh man, this TV supports 8K. This PlayStation supports 8K.
yeah.
Let me buy it. Like, it's literally on the box.
But I just thought that was really funny. Like, playing literally best case scenario on a console, 4K, 60 FPS, ray traced, chef kiss. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say, whoa, 4K 120, but like for Callisto Protocol, 4K, ray tracing 60, or 8K, which not really a difference when you're playing a game because of all the motion at 30 frames.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's just crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know, you're already going to come into some stutters and shit. It's inevitable.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny because that was like the first time where, I mean, just seeing that like written out is just weird.
Yeah.
8K at 30 FPS. I'm like, whoa, what? I'm
That's
still
funny
so
as
used to
fuck.
seeing 1080p,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but hopefully just AI progressively gets better and better and better because some of these cards now allow it to like generate frames, which for Sun Wukong, it had an option for that. Newer games do,
Mm-hmm.
but it did really well in like saving some frames. It would just generate in places where that was like dropping off and stuttering and shit. So the better AI gets, the better we could see, you know, some progress in that area.
Like the optimization.
Yeah. But as of now, they got to focus on the hardware. The
Yeah.
hardware and whatever AI can do to help it.
Right, right.
So,
Yeah. That would be sick, though. AI gets to a point where you don't even really need like that beefy of a card.
yeah.
And it's just
Run
flawless.
fucking 8K in your browser.
Damn.
That would be nuts.
That would be crazy. But unless you have something else, that leads us to the Game Awards.
Yes, sir.
So this is your episode. I'm gonna pass the ball to you. You take it from here. What do we have for? I mean, obviously there's plenty of different awards that are gonna be given out, but maybe we'll just focus on Game of the Year.
Yeah,
That seems to be the hot trending topic right now.
of course. So, for Game of the Year, we have 8 nominees. I'm a little salty about this list, not going to lie. First, we have Astrobot.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Belantro.
All right, hold on. Astrobot. I think we can agree that's
Yes.
fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
deserves a spot
That's
here.
very fair. Yeah.
Um,
People have been raving about this game. I haven't beat it yet, but like, it's fun. It's a fun game. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It plays amazing. So yeah, sorry.
Next, we have Belantro, which is a mobile, I think. Is that a mobile game?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's on the phones, but I think I've seen it on Steam as well.
Okay.
At least on Steam as
So
well.
this is a card game of some sort. Not entirely sure. I haven't really dived too much into it. Could be a great game, phenomenal game. However, to be on Game of the Year is kind of crazy because I've not heard much about it.
I think it's
personally.
absolutely crazy. And I like, especially since I've been getting more into like board games, like Everdell, like
Yeah.
I like card games. I like the card mechanics. I mean, same with like the Pokemon TCG. Like, I like the mechanics.
I don't know a single person who's ever played this.
I've never heard anyone. I've seen it like advertised, like recommended games you may like. This game's on sale, but like I've never heard anyone pronounce that word. I've just seen
I know.
it,
Yeah.
Like I've never heard someone say it or talk about it.
Bellatro.
Bellatro.
Balatro? I don't know.
Balatro? Yeah, I have no clue. But again, could be awesome.
Yeah.
Weird
You might as well put fucking
Just
Uno on
being
this
here.
list.
Yeah. Just weird being here. Yeah.
Next we have an obvious one, Black Myth Wukong.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Makes so much sense.
that was an insanely good game.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one
Very controversial.
is very controversial, and it is with me as well. But Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree. This is
Okay.
not a video game. This is not a standalone video game. This is a DLC expansion for a video game that is on this list of game of the year nominees.
Yep.
Mind you. Now, is it deserving? Yes. Yes, it is. However, it should not be on this list. Make a different section. There are video games that were produced over the last few years, came out this year, and should make this list before a DLC for a video game makes this list.
Absolutely. So I've heard some pretty interesting things. I've heard like hey, maybe make a dedicated like DLC category.
Yeah.
Because every year, even if like the games aren't that great that are getting DLC, like every year you're gonna get multiple DLC for games that are out. So like, it makes sense to have its own category.
Yeah.
They said the same with like maybe remasters as well. We get remasters every single year.
True.
Maybe that has its own category. Again, I know we're talking DLC here, but that was just another point they were making.
Well,
But-
last year, yeah, we had remakes in there. So
Oh, I mean, absolutely. But also, I think it was last year or the year before. One of the categories, and maybe it's a category this year as well. I don't know if they all stay the same or they add some and take some, but it was something along the lines of like, best ongoing game.
yes, I was about to say
and
that
DLC
is an
won it.
ongoing.
Cyberpunk DLC won that,
Yeah,
and that was DLC.
and
Like, it
that's
doesn't make
exactly
sen-
where this should be.
It doesn't make sense to have that.
I don't know. Whoever's in charge of this shit is fucking it up. They're flawed.
Well,
Or
I
they
was-
have like some kind of in with FromSoft, and they're like, listen, best I can do is I can put you in here. The votes come and go.
The Kadokawa company, dude.
Maybe.
So that's why Sony's acquiring it to make things more fair. They said, "This is bullshit. You're gonna buy your fucking company. Here's $3 billion."
That's so funny.
But so I was trying to like research like how are these games chosen?
Yeah.
And based off what I've found, over 130 global media outlets and influencers all choose these games. So I don't know if all of them are coming up with like, hey, give me your 10 picks
Mm-hmm.
or 5 picks, 8 picks, and then from there they just tally it up, and the top picks are the ones that get nominated.
Interesting.
That's just what makes the most sense to me, but all I could really find were over 130 global media outlets and influencers are the ones that choose these games.
Okay. Well, at some point there has to be a head of the board or whoever is in charge of this
Like the
the
final
video game awards and be like,
Yeah.
okay, listen, here are the restrictions. No DLC. Whatever, games made this year. This is what is on the game of the year.
Well, I think
That's like voting for best narrative, and you're like this. You're voting for a game with no narrative, but if there's enough votes, it still gets in there. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. Well, I think they were like clear with it. It's just they gave that the go ahead. They said that's okay.
Yeah, like
you can
what?
do a DLC. I just don't know why
I don't get it.
you don't look back a year and be like, well, the DLC won in a completely different category that made sense to the DLC winning. Why don't we just kind of stick with that? Stick with that rule.
I could maybe even understand it more. Not that I would agree if Elden Ring had not won a prior game of the year. If this is just like they're in to maybe have a chance at it.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't agree with it being on the list. But they've already won this shit. It is the exact same game with more gameplay.
What would you market?
You know what I'm saying?
What would you market that Elden Ring Complete Edition as? Game of the Year edition.
Yeah. Like, what the Yeah, where are we going with this shit?
Elden Ring coming 2025. Elden Ring Game of the Year DLC Game of the Year edition. I don't know. I mean, that would be pretty badass.
Two-time Game of the Year.
This
Elden
is your
Ring.
two-time champion.
The two-time.
Two-time.
So, yes. I personally do not agree that Shadow of the Erdtree DLC should be on this list for the game of the year.
I agree. Based off what I'm seeing though, when you had came in today, I was watching Spawn Wave.
Yeah.
Recently came across his videos, really enjoying them. And he's not like the biggest YouTuber or has the biggest channel, but he did a survey. He does a survey at I guess weekly or monthly or something. And he had listed some games and people were voting like, hey, like what is your game of the year? And Elden Ring was on there along with like Black Myth. I don't think it was all of these.
Mm-hmm.
It may have been all of them. But either way, Elden Ring was last. So I think a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
So like it's on here. It sucks because I feel like it is just kind of taking up a spot
Yeah.
that other games, deservingly so should have.
We'll get into that.
Oh yeah, we will.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely will. But I don't see it. I don't even see it winning. I don't see it being close, honestly.
Yeah, it fucking better not. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I could be very wrong. Hopefully I'm very wrong.
It was that episode after the Game Awards. It's gonna be a toxic one. Jeff Keighley is gonna have a fucking word.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, did you finish the entire list?
No.
I know we stopped.
All right, so we stopped at Elden Ring. The
Yeah.
next one on this list that deserves a spot here because it is not an outright remake or a DLC. This is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, although it's a
kind of a remake.
it's a technical
right?
remake of a video game, but the story is entirely different.
Oh, okay. I see
Not
what you
entirely,
see.
but same characters, but the story is leading down a different path.
Okay.
Um,
Like a reimagining.
yeah, and
I mean, literally rebirth.
definitely doesn't play the same as the OG Final Fantasy VII, so you can't even go there with that.
Yeah.
Well, it's an entirely different game.
If you have a remake
Same characters, that's it.
that is like almost 30 years later,
Yeah.
I feel like okay. Like obviously last year we had like Resident Evil 4
Mhm.
remake. So like you can I'm not against, like I know I had brought up remakes having their own categories, but I'm not against remakes being on these lists,
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
because that's a game, you know?
Yes, that is a literal new video game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Now, a remaster, get that shit out of here. That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be crazy.
Yeah. So, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and finally we have Metaphor Refantasio.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio for your Game of the Year nominees.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Something's missing.
there's something missing here. In fact, there is at least two things missing here.
Okay.
There could definitely be more, which I am missing. 3 missing here.
Okay.
Now, all these games do not have to be AAA studios,
No, definitely not.
Not even close.
I mean, Balatro.
I don't know who it's made by, but it could or could not be an indie game. It looks like an indie game. Doesn't look like a third-party game.
Yeah, I would put money on indie.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely did not have AAA studio advertising because I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So here is my issue. My next issue, sorry.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Palworld?
I couldn't agree more, man.
Where the fuck is Dragon's Dogma 2? Albeit some controversy with the game purchases that did not affect your gameplay at all.
I didn't
Mind you.
even think about Dragon's Dogma, but again, very fair to be on here.
Where the fuck is Helldivers?
Okay.
You know all the shit that went into, Helldivers. So many people were playing that video game.
They were, yes.
But like I said, where the fuck is Palworld?
Yeah, no, that's the one that really doesn't make
Record breaking.
any sense. Yeah. And I was trying to, that was the last thing I was doing research on, because I was trying to find an up to date, like how many units have sold. It's kind of hard to find, like up to date.
Yeah.
But I estimate, because again, just recently came to PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in the 35 to 50 million units sold range.
That's insane.
Yeah. Which I could be completely, absolutely wrong, but I would love to see how the games that are on there for Game of the Year, how many they've all sold combined,
Mm.
and if it even touches Palworld,
Yeah.
or where they stack in comparison.
Well,
Because
I know
again, that's record breaking.
it is record breaking, but Black Myth also broke records, and I think it's like right behind Palworld now.
Okay.
Because that
Oh,
was
really?
obviously, both of those games were like neck and neck, like anticipation games this year.
Well, were marketed very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Here, I can
You know,
bring
you
up.
had years and years of just like build up. Especially Black Myth.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, like now that I think about it, it's hard to think of another game that was marketed better.
Then Black Myth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Like the
fucking.
hype that game built
Mm-hmm.
for years.
Oh, wow. All right. So this was interesting.
Okay.
Black Myth Wukong, actually, the all-time peak players was 2,415,000 on Steam at one time.
Damn.
Palworld was 2,101,000. So over 300,000 people were playing Black Myth more than
That's
Palworld.
insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And prior to that, Lost Ark with 1.3 million. Before that, Cyberpunk with 1 million. Before that, 950,000 with Elden Ring.
Damn. So I definitely digressed from that point of adding them all up, but still,
Yeah.
Palworld.
I mean,
The units they sold in like a day, in like a week,
Yes.
like a month.
yeah. No, it was nuts. And
Not to mention overwhelmingly positive Steam score.
yep.
Again, record-breaking game. I thought this was cool because, again, you take all those units. You know how often people will get a game, play it, put it down, and just be like, oh, this wasn't what I thought it would be, like blah, blah, blah. On average, 50-hour average played per unit. That's good.
Palworld?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
so good.
That's really good.
And as of like right now, 14,000 people were playing.
Mm.
And not a spot.
That's
Not
insane.
a spot on there.
Yeah.
Let's give it to a card game. Let's give it to an DLC.
I
It
think
doesn't make any sense, man. That was I like. It's not fair because I haven't played all these games.
right.
But like, if I still gun to my head had to choose, easily Palworld. That was the funnest game I've played this year.
Let me see. Let's see. So Balatro is on Steam.
Is it gonna make you log in?
Nah. It does have overwhelmingly positive reviews. February 20th is when it came out. This is so interesting.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't doubt that it's like a highly reviewed game, like a highly scored game.
What the fuck?
But just over, even put in Palworld to the side, over like Dragon's Dogma 2
This is insane.
for a candidate,
So
a nomination.
all-time peak, the most players that it's ever had at one time, 37,000. Versus 2.1 million people playing at one time.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That just makes no sense.
But I mean, we leave it to the experts.
There's
Over
no way.
130 global media outlets and influencers who are choosing these games. Like,
statistically, there's no way people are voting for this versus Palworld. These video game reviewers, the amount of records that Palworld broke,
yeah.
is fucking Nintendo paying these people off? What is going on?
I have no clue. Yeah, I don't know if I think there's a term for it, but like people get caught up in that mindset of like, oh man, this game, like it's too obvious of a choice. Like I'm not gonna pick it. I want to give it to like the underdog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I mean, we have some obvious choices here, but I'm like, still like, I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it, but I can't. What I'm gonna say doesn't make sense because like you can't make sense of it. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Jesus Christ.
But a game like, and again, like, you know, we've talked about Metaphor Refantasio and like who made that, and like it. I've heard good things. Like it looks sick, but that came out in like October.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure that game came out last month.
Hmm.
And you know, we've had that before. Like you know, when
Yeah.
Ragnarok
Yeah,
was on
true.
there, and that came out late. Didn't that come out in November?
I think it was in November.
Yeah.
It was super late.
But I mean, that's God of War.
Yeah.
You know, this is a new IP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know,
It's
man.
just, it's weird.
All I gotta say is, Palworld definitely should have been on there. It's fucking.
You know what?
Such a disgrace that it's not.
I
on there.
wonder if, because you know, maybe for lack of a better term, I think just like everything, like it gets political. So
Mhm.
I wonder if Palworld was here, if they're like, hey, it just wouldn't even be fair. Like Palworld would run away with it.
I don't think so because Black Myth.
I just
I
wonder
think
if
they
that
would've
was
been
some
neck
of the
and neck.
logic like that went into it. I don't know.
I mean, it's
Again, I'm like trying to piece
trying to
some
make sense of it.
reason. Yeah.
I mean, it could be possible.
But I mean, you just gave me the Black Myth numbers, and like
Yeah.
again, they were like neck
They're
and
neck and neck. Yeah. At that point,
which is
300,000
crazy
is very
for
close.
like a solo game.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's
fucking
so
insane.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's so impressive.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But yeah, that would have been mine.
Now imagine
Very
this:
upsetting,
Bellatra wins.
dude.
We'd be living in hell.
That would confirm the simulation.
Yeah.
That
Truly.
would genuinely confirm the simulation. I'm like, all right, someone is playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
They are just trying to see our reactions here.
So
They're
you're
playing
saying
a game.
this different card game made with cards that we've had for, you know, when were trading cards made? Millennia ago. 1,000 years ago. You know, we had these cards.
Fucking bicycle cards.
This card won or this video game won in 2024.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What are we doing?
It's kind of like how people are like, hey, fucking greatest game of all time, Tetris.
Yeah.
You can't beat the
Literally.
classics.
Yeah.
Playing cards, fucking greatest, dude.
Play
Play them at school, play them on your computer. They're even in prison. You can play in prison.
It's true.
It's a fucking classic.
You can
Can't
play
beat
in
it.
your head if you got a good memory.
Some people, some people got that. Not me. I can't.
You can do tricks. Fucking
Magic.
yeah.
Absolute classic. Bellatra.
So who do you have winning this year? Out of these 8 fucking awesome games, dude.
I think it's going to come down to Black Myth or Astrobot.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That is, I think that is
Yeah.
absolutely going to be it.
Because Astrobot, a lot of people love. Again, it's fun. But I think some people will vote people vote differently. I think some people will see that and be like, I mean, when's the fucking last time a platformer won?
Mm-hmm.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for them.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
fair.
But I think it's going to come down to those two. Again, Final Fantasy VII, absolutely huge. But
It's huge, but it's also the middle child of this franchise, and it's a good game. I'm only about halfway through it at 40 hours. It's got a lot of meat on the bone.
yeah,
So most people that are even voting for this probably didn't even play all of it.
yeah. There's that. And I've heard, I haven't heard a bad thing about the game, but I've heard some average things about the game. Or
Yeah.
like people didn't like this about it, or they just kind of got tired.
Yes,
Um,
it'll definitely burn you out.
yeah, so I think that definitely that holds it back a little bit. But yeah, like Balatro, I mean, we joke, we jest. I feel like that's more relevant to say.
Yeah.
We jest, but I don't see Balatro. I mean, I think it's like, the people that make it, like that's got to be so hyped for them.
Yeah.
Just like, oh fuck, like they know they're not gonna win, but it's like, fuck, dude, we're on here, we're on the list. That's
Yeah.
a dub, dude.
That's true.
For an indie card game, that's a dub.
So here's what it says. Here's the summary of the game. The poker roguelike Balatro is a hypnotically satisfying deck builder where you play illegal poker hands, discover game-changing jokers, and trigger adrenaline-pumping outrageous combos. Wow.
I feel like,
I'm buying it right now.
I mean, I feel like we do need to, like, if it was on Game Pass, I would say like, hey, dude, let's just fucking put
I
an
would
hour.
definitely give it a try.
Let's put an hour into it. Let's just see what this is about.
But Game of the Year worthy is crazy.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
You can have a good game, but I highly doubt that this got voted over Palworld.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it can be like a fucking incredible game, but just to have that in the place of something absolutely massive like Palworld, and again, even Dragon's Dogma.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, that game was pretty like polarizing, but there were people, I'd read reviews where people were like, dude, this is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
This is like not game of the year, but game of the fucking generation.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah, some people were, again, their favorite game.
Yeah.
I just feel like that it deserves to be here. Damn, that's got to suck, because I'm sure they were expecting almost like a guaranteed spot.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? You could probably post a poll on Reddit, in the Balatro Reddit, and be like, who do you think deserved this spot, Palworld or Balatro? And it'd probably still get Palworld.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you could,
Yeah.
any poll on the internet where video gamers are at, just put that there. Like, who deserves to be on this, like, video game award as a nominee?
Also, I want to...
It's always going to be Palworld.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, I think, yeah. If that was the poll, like, you can only name one game, but what is the one game that came out 2024 that at least deserves to be on the ballot?
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be Palworld.
exactly.
But I want to look more into, like, again, how these games are chosen. Because you just based off, like, what I found and what I'm seeing here, like, you're telling me these media outlets and influencers didn't have any type of, like, bias towards certain games, and all of them were like, fucking Balatro was fucking good,
Yeah.
But I can see it more so if, like, they had, like, a certain list, and it's like, hey, you can only choose games on this list.
Yeah. Politics, man. Comes down to that pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely something. I mean, even again, going back to politics, like a couple years ago with like Hogwarts Legacy, like that don't make any fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even on there, but we,
True.
you knew the tea with that game,
Yeah.
the problems people had, and with Palworld, the problems people have. Nintendo, Pokemon Company, I don't know, one of them.
Sadly.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But yeah, I think Black Myth takes it.
Oh, you're thinking Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna go Astrobot.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see how it pans out. December 16th, I think, is the Video Game Awards.
I thought I seen
Something
the
like that?
12th.
Oh, 12th.
thought-
Okay.
yeah.
One of them, somewhere
But
around
either
there.
way, it's probably that same week.
Yeah.
One of those days that week. But yeah, that's all I got.
That is all I got as well.
Hell yeah.
And next week, we will see you so that we can... What do we got coming up next week?
Next week?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving? It's here for Thanksgiving?
Yep, you're getting stuffed.
Like a turkey. I actually am going to the beach, though.
You're going to the beach?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to the beach. Like the Outer Banks?
Mm-hmm.
What's in the beach?
We can talk about it after.
Okay. Alrighty.
I just don't want to give too much personal information.
Fair enough, fair enough. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.
All you need to know is I'm going to the beach.
I'm at the beach.
I'm at the beach. Hardcore Podcast episode 107. 105 plus 2.
There's 104 days
Summer vacation. And school comes along just to